What's up, man? It's the Bronco at the Frog coming at you with another reaction video. Interesting video I ran across by the man Kick Press. Go subscribe to him. Get him to 10,000. Get that man to 10K, man. 10,000 subscribers. Kick Press. He made a video called The Lie We Keep Telling Ourselves About Diego Maradona. Now on the thumbnail, I seen old MESSI right there across from him. So I feel like he finna go ahead and say that Maradona was always overrated and it was never close between him and old Ankara. Let's see what goes down.
There's always been something magical about the number 10, and aside from the Ronaldos and Cruyff, nearly every all-time great wore it. But when you mention that number in Argentina, it doesn't come without a fight. You've got Messi on one side and Maradona on the other.
So there are now I know in Argentina.
On the other.
Okay, I will say, I know in Argentina that man old Diego Maradona for sure have a diehard fan base and whatnot. And the diehard, you know, bro, Maradona was Argentina, just like Nel was, but Maradona was Nel OG. So a lot of people still got that nostalgic feeling towards OG, and especially because he passed away. Rest in peace to that man. But as for the rest of the world, bro, come on, you think you heard number 10, you think Nel Messi. You know what I'm saying?
Messi
and in Napoli, yeah.
Maradona. Yo, amamos mucho.
Like Maradona got the streets.
Maradona.
See the old folk?
Maradona.
Messi, Maradona.
El Diego, siempre. Maradona es más grande.
Same left foot, same low center of gravity, same divine aura with the ball at their feet. And yet, two completely different legacies. To the nostalgic fans, Maradona is untouchable. He dragged a bang average Argentina to a World Cup and turned Napoli from a mid-table side into champions. He fought his way from the mud streets of Villa Fiorito to global stardom through talent, sweat, and blood. And I get it. The 1986 World Cup is basically a Maradona documentary at this point. Here's the twist. Even with all the talk of his leadership, warrior mentality, and his awe on the pitch, I never saw how he was better than Messi, even before Messi won the World Cup. And I know that won't sit well with some of you, but if you look deeper, the gap is wider than y'all are willing to admit.
And I feel like here come the stats finna come into play. And my thing with stats is stats don't really translate well over across generations because the game changes. The flow of the game changes, the tactics change, the way it's played change. Like, you know, I can't speak on footy, but in basketball, when these new gen be talking about some, this, that, points per game, it's because the game is faster. The way you play it changed. Everybody shooting threes, chunking up threes, and all of this nonsense. Rules change, all of that. So if he bring up stats, I don't know. Let me hear him out though.
Let's start with the numbers. Maradona's club career spans roughly 680 games and 345 goals. Messi has just over 1,100 games and more than 865 goals and counting. But it's not just volume, it's the level. Maradona never had a 30-goal season. His best was 23 goals in the 1982-83 campaign.
This is where you kind of like, now if he bring up, I'm gonna let him talk, I'm gonna let bro talk, but if he bring up like the level of difficulty with the goal scorer, and now I'm on board. Now, if he say Messi scored this amount of difficulty goals or this amount, and he bring up a stat talking about the estimated goal from the shot that they took or the level of difficulty, then I'm like, okay, now that makes sense. But when it just comes to total goals,
Messi has managed 50-plus goals in 8 different seasons, even hitting 80 in one of them for both club and country. And don't get me started with the assists. Messi has more assists than most legends have goals and assists combined. He's the only player in history to record 25-plus goals and 25-plus big chances created in a league season. Not once, not twice, but 7 times. The closest anyone came to challenging him in the 2010s was Messi in another year. You can't base the whole debate on stats.
He hit that hoe. I'm thinking he finna say CR7. This nigga say the only person who came close to him was Messi in another season.
Not once, not twice, but 7 times. The closest anyone came to challenging him in the 2010s was Messi in another year. But I get it. We can't base the whole debate on stats because numbers just tell you what happened,
now let
not
me
how
know
it
something.
looked or what it felt like. And like Ray Hudson said,
It's not the statistics. It's not the statistics.
Hey, Ray Hudson just retired. I almost forgot.
By statistics, it's immeasurable.
which could...
I never made a YouTube video about it. Everybody clap it up, man, for the old legendary Ray Hudson. although me and him didn't really get along, I ain't really fuck with Raymond like that. I ain't really agree with his style of commentating. I ain't really agree with the level of glaze and the level of exuberance that he commentated with. I always thought he was doing too much, but I still respect the fact that old Ray Hudson is a legend, bro. Game respect game. One legend to another. I'm saying.
The perfect example of this is Zidane, a Ballon d'Or, World Cup, and Champions League winner. Played mostly as an attacking.
Yeah, Zidane's stats not really like
never
that.
Scored or assisted as much.
Yeah.
In fact, he only managed double digits once in the 92-93 season with 10 league goals and averaged 15 league goal contributions per season at Real Madrid. Now compare that to
what?
double-digit fielder, yet he never really scored or assisted as much. In fact, he only managed double digits once in the 92-93 season with 10 league goals. And
what? Okay, never mind. Never mind. That nigga Jude was just so cracked that year. But I was just trying to see how these days, like midfielders, what type of goals these days that midfielders be putting up. Hold on, let me get another midfielder. Luka Modric. Okay, now them. Okay. Tight shit. Makes sense. Just had to add reference.
Averaged 15 league goal contributions per season at Real Madrid. Now compare that to Bruno Fernandes, who is among the best midfielders in the Premier League at the moment. Since 2017, he's managed about 24 goal contributions per season, a way higher tally than Zidane, plus he's done that consistently. But no one in their right mind would say Bruno is better than Zidane. You just had to watch them play to know this. Zidane contributed more than just goals. He was an expert at controlling the ball with elite vision and passing, dribbled elegantly with a very high IQ on the pitch.
Man.
He also showed up in the big moments, scoring in both World Cup and Champions League finals, which explains the eye test, because just like Zidane, Maradona's genius wasn't about raw numbers either. Maradona looked chaotic but controlled. He had this rawness about him, like he could explode at any second. His turns were violent. His dribbling was slippery, with a dirty, raw, and untrained style. The goal of the century against England is the perfect example of everything that made Maradona special. Twisting and turning under pressure, dribbling through multiple defenders, then finishing with composure.
Diego Maradona!
His creativity and vision, plus that burning desire he had to win, brought joy to everyone and made them love him. Now watch Messi. He is like a ballet dancer in rhythm, with the ball clinging to him like it owes him rent, with elite vision, passing, and very high IQ.
See, I don't like the way that they explain both of them. Why when he got Maradona, he got to say all crazy, chaotic, and dirty. But now with his Messi, he's so elegant and clean. And come on now, you can't fool me. You can't fool Big Bronx. You see how the tone changed? Would y'all describe Maradona's dribble style as chaotic and crazy? Like he said? Because I honestly, that low-key kind of took me aback for a bit. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, not at all. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
his dribbling is highly efficient, doesn't waste possession or make unnecessary touches, easily finds pockets of space where it feels like there is none, and has great link-up play with his teammates, all while being calm, which makes everything he does look easy. Also, Maradona wasn't as versatile as Messi. He was a classic number 10. He could drift wide, drop deep, dictate tempo, but he was mostly a central creative force. Yet Messi has been a winger, a false nine, a playmaker, a deep-lying creator, even a midfielder, though neither of them really put in slide tackles or tracked back. Messi's off-ball movement is far superior to Maradona's. Diego was more ball to feet. Give it to him and watch him work, while Messi will create a lane, disappear, then pop up in the box unmarked. But again, there was an aggression to Maradona's game.
That boy Maradona.
Marked. But again, there.
Bro, it's like all sports, all old school boys. Hadouken. It ain't matter. I ain't gonna lie. I oughta had to whoop his little ass. Man. But they was on that whole fighting. Everybody on the field was fighting, but this nigga just did a bicycle knee.
Maradona's game. Everything he did had this desperate urgency, like the ball was his last hope, and it probably was. Which isn't the case with Messi. At times, especially in his early years, you'd see him disappear in games where things weren't clicking. But still, when you zoom out, remove nostalgia and bias, Messi passes the eye test far better. He's not as chaotic or theatrical like Maradona, but he is highly efficient.
Theatrical? What do you mean by that? Theatrical. He's not as is he using Maradona's flamboyant personality and fighting people as a drawback? No, I'm saying, what's wrong with being theatrical though? That's just who he is. Everybody ain't got to be all, you know, all humble, reserved, and all of that shit. Why, man?
He's not as chaotic or theatrical like Maradona, but he is highly efficient. Every movement has purpose. Every touch advances play. He rarely wastes possession, and his decision-making in the final third is virtually flawless, and he has done so consistently for 20 years now. Maradona peaked for just about 5 or 6 years, and his decline was rapid. And it's no disrespect to Diego. He played in a more physical era with less protection from referees. The pitches were often poor, the balls were heavier, and tackles that would get you jail time today were just good defending back then. While Messi has benefited from the modern era with better pitches, lighter balls, and more referee protection.
This is what he exactly said is exactly why I don't like comparing generations. I always measure somebody on how great were they in comparison to their specific generation or their relevant generation. Messi, I already know, bro. Messi fan, Messi FC on YouTube. Erase your damn comment that you already commented, bro. Every time I make a Messi video, boys think I'm a CR7 fan. I make a CR7 video, boys think I'm a Messi fan. Like, bro, I just keep a spade sometimes. Messi, I feel like he's the GOAT. He's my GOAT. He's the greatest of all time. But that don't mean that Bronco ain't gonna say what he think. You feel me? Like, he's the greatest. But like I was saying, no matter what sport it is, I compare somebody's greatness by how great they were in their specific era. You can't compare eras because there's too many factors and whatnot that changes and too many factors that comes into effect. You know? Maradona, you got to compare who dominated their eras more better. Type shit. That's a word.
However, he's also faced more sophisticated tactical systems, with teams dedicating entire defensive strategies to stopping him. And he has also had his fair share of harsh tackles.
Just like MJ
At club level, Maradona's career was brilliant but inconsistent. He was a local legend at Argentinos Juniors, but barely known worldwide until his big move to Barcelona, where he was spectacular and won a few trophies, but even that was cut short by injuries and controversy. At Napoli is where he undoubtedly had a legendary time. 2 league titles and a UEFA Cup for a team that had never tasted success before was pure greatness from Maradona. But again, Messi surpassed that greatness. From 2004 to 2021, he was the heart of arguably the greatest club side ever assembled.
16 years.
Played some of the most beautiful football and was the most successful period in Barcelona's history. And for those saying he always played in great teams, well, he dragged Inter Miami from bottom of the table to their first two trophies in a matter of months and has made them title contenders. That has to count for something. Let's
not forget
count for something.
That the league bent the rules to bring Messi and friends. Let's not forget that Messi FC is always on Twitter time and time again, bro. He can't do it before Messi came to Major League Soccer. Oh, he the greatest. You placing a Ballon d'Or winner, greatest person, not Ballon d'Or. Yeah, Ballon d'Or winner, World Cup champion, the greatest of all time in MLS. Oh, he's finna dominate. He's finna win everything. And now all of a sudden, oh, he can't do it by himself, bro. What more do you want for him to do? Y'all should have thought about that before y'all got to run to y'all mouth saying he was gonna do all of this. He done brought all his friends over. They done bent the rules, changed the roster rules just for this one team. So they can get everybody's person in this league and they still ain't win the damn MLS Cup. You know what I'm saying?
Then there's the World Cup, the one place where Maradona fans always
still ain't win the damn League's Cup. This recent one.
Safe. Yes, Maradona won it in '86 and Messi didn't until 2022. And that changed everything. Because now Messi has 2 Copas, the Finalissima, and the World Cup.
Yeah,
not just as a passenger, but the best player at every single one. And that's the thing. Maradona had that one World Cup run, which was great to be honest. In fact, it must be the greatest individual World Cup performance of all time. He was directly involved in 10 of Argentina's 14 goals, created
Damn.
27 big chances for his teammates, and put on
10 out of
performances
14?
against England and Belgium.
That nigga was
However,
the team.
Messi also won the World Cup and was directly involved in 10 of Argentina's 15 goals.
10 out of
created
15.
21 big chances for his teammates.
God
And
damn.
also put on sublime performances against the Dutch, Croatia, and France, all while being 35, which brings back my point of his consistency, because consistency is everything in football. Messi has played at the elite level from 17 to 36 and still going. Every era he entered, he dominated. The Xavi Iniesta era, the MSN Trident, the solo Messi years, and now the Argentina redemption arc. He never stopped reinventing. While Maradona after 1990 never hit those heights again. And it's not just me. Even Ferguson, who watched both play, agrees that Messi's consistency makes him the better player of the two.
He said quit
And
playing.
look, Maradona will always be loved. He saved Napoli. He made Argentina dream. And he is definitely top 3 of the greatest players to ever play the game. But for any nostalgic
Y'all got Maradona
fans
at top
out there,
3?
Messi is far better than him and has been for years.
Hey, shout out the man, Kick Press for the video. The lie we keep telling ourselves about Diego Maradona. Everybody clap it up. Get that man to 10,000 subscribers. I feel like this video was definitely directed to the old head Argentinians. Because the rest of the world, of course, we got Messi as over Maradona is the greatest. But like some of the old heads out there still would say Maradona. Because, you know, Maradona is their hero when they was a kid. They cult hero when they was, you know, coming up and whatnot. So, I mean, cool, interesting video, though. Your top 3 is Messi, Ronaldo, and R9. You got R9 above. Bro, why y'all be hating on Pele, bro? Pele has 3 World Cups. Is that not the end all be all, like y'all say? He has 3 of them hoes. Like, you know. You know what I'm saying? But that's a conversation for another day. I know boys hate on Pele. This is another thing when it comes to generations and whatnot. But I ain't even finna dive into that. W video, go subscribe to that, man. I'm out.